I'm Dr. Rachel Griffiths, and I'm with my father and partner in aquatics.
Dr. Tom Griffiths.
Welcome to the Drowning Files, where each week we share a lawsuit we've been involved in or another true story with suggestions to learn from these tragedies to save lives. What case do you have today?
Well, today I have another drowning case. This is in a river. And as spring rolls around, rivers run higher. And this was a high school event. The seniors were graduating, and they decided with their teachers that they would take a senior class trip whitewater rafting. And this was in the northeastern United States. And so chaperones, that is, school teachers, went as chaperones, and they had about 24, 25 seniors that decided to go on this trip, maybe more. And they had at least a dozen teachers who were going to serve as chaperones who were also going to go on the trip. It was late in the spring, and the river was running very high and fast. And so this high school group showed up, and they didn't have guides assigned to them from the livery, the kayak and canoe livery. They just gave them a safety orientation at the beginning, as they should have, and told all the students and the counselors to wear their Coast Guard approved lifeguard jackets, which they did. They all put them on, made sure they fit appropriately, and pushed off into the river. And just to fast forward to the fatal error that this group made was, rather than placing a chaperone, a teacher, an adult supervisor in each one of the student rafts, the counselor decided to go in the last raft behind all the students. And naturally, what occurs in this situation when high school kids or any kids in general aren't being closely supervised, they tend to misbehave. And so, in the most treacherous part of the river, one of the seniors, actually more than one of the seniors, took off their life jackets because it was a warm, hot, sunny day. And they didn't know that the treacherous rapids were coming up, but they took off their life jackets just before they entered this area that was notorious for discharging people out of their kayaks, canoes, and rafts. This group was all in rubber whitewater rafts with 6 to 8 students in each. This student from the high school, a senior, flipped out of the raft, and because the water was so fast moving, could not be rescued. In fact, the whole group went to their destination point without him, and it wasn't until a week later that they found him, and of course he had perished. A lawsuit resulted, and the family of the deceased, the young senior, sued the high school and also sued the livery company, the company that rented the rafts to the group. And my testimony was that both organizations made fatal mistakes. One was that there should have been an adult in every single student raft to ensure that they stayed in the raft and kept their life jackets on. And secondly, on this particular day, I know this river intimately well because we're on it a lot. And I know that this water was too high and too fast to put rafts on this day. And if they were going to put students down the river on this particular day with very high water from rains and from snowmelts, they should have put a guide in each raft. But number one, I didn't think, based upon the river heights that we had and the speed of the currents, that they should have put them on this section of river at the very least, number one. And number two, that they should have also had a guide. And the lawsuit resulted in a very large sum For the family, of course, that large sum of money doesn't replace the child, the young man who was just about to graduate and go to college. But this is a timely case, Rachel, because many rivers, particularly in the US, and I'm sure other countries, as we enter into spring, typically the rivers run high and fast. And also, another important part about this case is as seniors graduate, they often party and do foolish things, and they try to get out on their own because they're graduating, they're adults, they want to be independent. And this often leads to accidents by engaging in water activities that they're really not prepared for.